a race. I've got time for one qualifying lap before I start my races. Bye, Alexis. Last race, which was just a few minutes ago, I was able to at least hit my goals. Whoa, that's a little wide. That comes from carrying too much speed and missing my turn-in point and missing my brake point in combination, hence wide. It's not just steering wide or that way. It's not just steering, it's, you know, all those components. So I gotta hit my brake point, hit my speed, and it's around, prefer to be like the lowest speed there, 108 miles an hour. I went down to 100 miles an hour, probably because I'm talking. But at any rate, so the last race went well. I started higher in the grid because earlier I improved my qualifying time. So I started at P5. I actually finished at P5, which is fine. So I didn't move up. But the more consistent I drive, meaning each lap looks similar, I follow my race line, I don't get distracted by the antics of other drivers, and I don't get flooded by what other drivers are doing. If I can do that over and over and over and over again, then it's just a matter of, okay, well, one of these races, the cars in front are going to make just enough errors where it's going to slow them down because they are technically faster than me. That's why they're qualifying higher than me. They slow all the way down. Excuse me, they slow down far enough that, yikes. It gives me the opportunity to, I'm laughing at some of these driver names. It gives me the opportunity to overtake them because my driving is consistent. Okay, so here's what we're dealing with now. So now I'm closer to the bottom of the grid at P13. The reason why I'm guessing is because my driver rating continues to improve. The DR column has a bunch of B's and a couple C's. Because of where my video is on the right side of the screen, I can't see what my driver rating is right now. I'm guessing that my driver rating bumped up from a C to a B. That happens when you continue to drive well and improve your position. If I'm not at a B, then I'm really close to it, and I can tell that by more B drivers being a part of the race groups. When I'm not doing well or when I fall back and finish lower than what I started, I'll tend to see more C drivers, even D drivers that I'm up against. Whatever. The B drivers are more skilled. It is going to make it harder for me to meet my weekly goal of getting on the podium, which, you know, I think would be really cool for you guys to get to see, because at the beginning of the week, I sure as hell declared it. I said I expect to be on the podium by the end of the week. Now, it means I have to work harder. I can't do that from a starting spot of 13. There's other ways to get there, meaning, you know, maybe my qualifying time doesn't improve much beyond where it is. Right now, it's a 1:34.428. Oh, so now I'm P12. You can see I still am a C driver, but I must be getting close to a B driver. But anyway, if I do more races today, they might group me with different drivers where they give me an opportunity to start higher in the grid because they group me with other drivers that don't have as high qualifying times. That's the other way that I can move up in the grid. So again, without changing my qualifying time, they'll just group me with other drivers, and instead of being the 13th or the 12th fastest in the group, I might be the first, second, or third fastest and then get an opportunity to hold on to that position. Anyway, stay calm, drive consistently, drive my race line, and minimize mistakes. In qualifying, I took that turn at a low speed of 100. That time it was 106, so I did better. I carried more speed through that turn. I need to watch out for that car. That was really close. I actually did make contact. There's times in a race where, you know, something will happen, almost like when you're driving and you almost get into an accident, how it makes your heart pound, and you kind of got to shake off the nervousness. So that'll happen during a race, and then I just remind myself to, you know, stay calm and just drive my line. If I worry about things like, oh, they're getting away, I need to drive faster, that's when mistakes happen. The fastest line that I can drive is, in fact, my line. If I could get any faster, I would have already done it, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for drivers to make mistakes like that. That's how we were able to take advantage and move up in position. So 103 was the lowest. I know I can carry more speed through that turn, and I should probably, you know, work on getting that. This corner right here, I'm so pleased with how I've been driving it. That was the focus of today in my qualifying drills. So I'm feeling really good about that. That was my Achilles heel. We've got other drivers making mistakes, which just gives us an opportunity to move up further. I took that a little slow, and the reason was I didn't follow my normal turning point because I was looking behind me. So I've got to be really careful not to get distracted by the white beetle behind me. It's making me make mistakes. I just shifted at the wrong point. I just need to drive my line. If he's going to catch me or she's going to catch me, so be it. It just means that they're a faster driver and I need to let them pass when it happens. But until then, I need to stay focused and drive my line. Lowest point, 109 miles an hour. So even in a race, I'm improving my corners. One thing I haven't talked about in a while is another way to improve position is by letting drivers in front of you battle it out. I've caught up to Comrade Wen and M24 Racer because they were just driving wheel to wheel, battling for position. When they do that, they're getting in each other's heads and they're making mistakes. So no disrespect to them, it happens to me. We see the white VW Beetle coming up. He's turning me, which is ridiculous. And he got a 4-second penalty and I lost 2 positions. So it's important now to shake it off, drive my line. I could be upset, but if I do, I'll drive a crappy final lap. You know, at the very least, I'll finish P12 as long as nothing else happens, which is fine because that's where I started. Or I could keep doing my thing and pick up spots like that. If I can get closer by just simply driving consistently, the VW Beetle that put me off track has a 4-second penalty. It's possible I can capitalize on that. I don't know how far in front they are. This gives me an opportunity that's an opportunity to pick up another spot. Somebody made a mistake. I won't catch the Beetle. It's okay. So, in the end, stayed calm. We saw things happen where I did get rattled, but I was able to maintain my line and stay consistent. Even when I went off track, I kept my wheels pointed in the direction that they needed to go, to not lose control, not slam into the wall, not do anything erratic. I lost a couple spots, but in the end, I still increased by 2 positions. It's so important to be able to stay calm, drive your line, and minimize my own mistakes. We saw others get rattled and lose positions. We saw others battle and get rattled, and I was able to catch up to them really quickly. Let's give a shout out to the winner, Michael 1984. All right, so that was all in all a good race. And, you know, again, it's cool that I'm being placed in a class with more skilled drivers. Even though we saw errors, you're going to see mistakes everywhere, no matter what level. It happens. I make mistakes all the time, so not hating, but you know, it just shows the progress being rewarded. But we'll keep going. You know, I still have a goal for the end of the week, which, you know, today or tomorrow will likely be my last. I'm not sure when the races change. I should know that as much as I play. But the races stay on for a week. My goal is still to get on the podium. So we'll make that happen. But that was a good race. I feel like that was a success. I did move up 2 spots, which is great. So hope you enjoyed it. And the next race comes up in about some number of minutes. 7 minutes, so I'll be back on.